Good afternoon. It is the 6th of January, Friday, non-farm payrolls Friday, the first NFP of the month. Let's have a look here on Forex Factory on the calendar. We had a positive report come out at 8:30 a.m. Okay, actuals up to 123,000. The unemployment rate is 3.5% instead of the forecast of 3.7, and the previous one was 3.6. So favorable for the US economy. And that has reflected in the news release here on the daily. Looking at the Dow Jones Index, we can see that we've got this candle here, this white candle, bullish candle that has pushed through this supply zone. It's hard to kind of grasp that without looking closer at the chart at a lower time frame, but we do have bullish action happening. So this blue arrow here is being realized at the moment, and what this looks like on the daily is kind of like a pullback and then a push to the upside. Now on the S&P 500, we aren't out of this bear channel yet. Okay, we aren't out of the recessionary channel. We still need to get to here and then push above that to move outside of the overall US stock market bear market that we're currently in. But on the Dow Jones, things are looking good. It's strong, and we're now going to be targeting 34,500. Okay, 4-hour time frame. Now you can see it a bit closer up. What's happened here at the NFP release is we've had this kick, and it's still early days, but we are outside. We are in the supply zone 33,500. Of course, it could still dip into this liquidity and sell off, but it looks pretty solid, and you'll see what I mean when we go down to the lower time frames. About how there is a good support in the bullish run. It's one of the kind of days that just keeps going up for the rest of the day, and then we'll end the day around sort of this level here, maybe around 3,400 or something, 34,000. That could be where we're targeting today. So with that being said, we are sitting in the supply zone of 33,500 at the moment. And if we go into the 1 hour, we can see how this is holding in outside of the supply zone here. Okay, so we are in. We did kick out of the bottom as predicted, and kick to the upside, and now we are holding above. So of course, we have the top of supply here at 33,500. We could sell off. Okay, we could sell off like this at any time at lunchtime. If it's going to happen, it's going to be now. Now's the time. But I'm not holding my breath here. I do feel like this NFP is going to give us direction, and I feel like we've got some bullish action to go, because if we look at the S&P 500 again on the daily, if we go back to the S&P 500, we've still got all this way to go here to the edge of this, to the edge of the roof of the bear channel on the S&P. So going back to where we're at here on the 1 hour, we're sitting in 33,500 supply. I feel like it's pushed through, it's popped through the top there. And next target's 3,400, and obviously the resultant 34,500 up in this area, in this region here. So this is what I'm looking at. That's what I feel like is going to happen at the moment, but anything can happen. We can, of course, have the sell-off back to the downside. Let's look at the 1 minute here on our river. Okay, 8:30 a.m. news, NFP came out. I did have this prediction of direction in, and the first was sort of realized quite accurately, to be honest. It grinded to the upside. This kick from the median to the upside, straight outside the top of the river. We stay away from trading that. There's no need to trade that. We don't know what's going to happen, and we put ourselves in an unsafe situation if we do any trading around NFP or any major news release. After that, it pulled back towards the median again, withholding from selling. Once I saw it kick in here and start pushing to the upside, I knew that it was going to be bullish for the day, and it held outside the top of the riverbank here, and then put in this kind of skewed trajectory to the upside, which is what we see here. This kind of angle, which is an uptrend. We came up at the index open, pushed back through to the same level here. Okay, same kind of distance we have from the top of the riverbank here. We have the same standard deviation of price to here. It's gone back to here, and then again it's continued here as well. We had a rejection there, push back down to the median. I wasn't at the screens at the time. I was just letting NFP absorb, and I came back from the gym around here, and I took a short, very small short position here on the large account that I'm trading with. I am trading with a very, very large account at the moment, and just putting a record in for that for prospective funding that's going to come in. And I put in a very small couple of trades here just to pat the wallet. Took those very quickly. Not the safest trades. I did realize afterwards, especially when it kicked back up to here, that it held on. I put in another small trade there, took a small scalp around here, and then got out of another one for a small loss. So I ended the day up. I believe I ended the day on, this is my profit for that is 2,322. I took this $1,000 loss, $1,400 loss around here because it was just too strong a bullish trajectory, too strong a bullish trend, and not something that I wanted to be on the wrong side of, especially when I was looking at the higher time frames and how it was pushing out the top of the supply zone here. So that's the only trade I took today. Are there any trades available? Look, no, in my opinion. It's Friday afternoon. I don't like to trade after midday on Friday anyway. Let's see what happens for the rest of the day. My prediction is that price will continue in this direction for the rest of the day and reach the next level of supply, maybe up here at 3,400. That's a bit of a far-fetched cry, but something like 33,800, 33,700 is possible in the next 4 hours as the day closes out. Again, it's lunchtime as well, so we could see a sell-off that comes back down through here. So price could push through to the bottom here. But either way, I wouldn't be selling. I wouldn't be stuck in the wrong spot unless they're very small scalps. And the scalps need to be taken outside of the riverbank, nothing in the riverbank. They need to be taken above the riverbank, in line with this black line here. If price does push back up to this area, you could take a small scalp like that, very small wallet patter, and you got to be in and out. Okay, that's the only safe trading that I'd see today. Definitely don't do any buying this high. It's too late for that, and we don't. That's not how we trade our strategy. So they're the only trades I'm looking at. Little shorts, well above the edge of the riverbank here, in line with this black line, which is giving us that sort of standard deviation to the upside. But apart from that, great week back on the screens, guys. So glad to have everybody's attention back. Looking forward to a powerful week next week. I will be in touch regarding next steps. Funding is what it's all about for this year, and something very exciting things have happened on my end, which I will share when the time is right. But either way, what's most important is that we put in a record, and you start collating your record of good trading. You're all everybody in the group now is able to trade. We're going to start collecting a record of your trading over the next 3 to 6 months, and then as long as you put in a good record, making between 3 and 6% per month, then we'll be able to get you funds to trade with. So have a beautiful weekend. See you on Monday, and speak over the weekend. Cheers.